Hello, how's everybody doing this evening? Okay, let's see. Awesome. So, if you guys want to talk, I'm not gonna be trying to be moderator. Let me know. We could, pass over the screen. But first and foremost, I'd like to get to meet you guys, and maybe get a little background as to why you're interested in NFTs. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take my time. I'm going to show you from start to finish. I'm going to put my computer on here, show you how to work Metamask, what browser to use, and what processes we could use NFT tokens for, well, NFTs for. But let's get to know everybody. I'm going to go ahead and, is there anybody that'd like to talk, maybe give us a little background or information about themselves?
My name is Al Xavier. I'm fairly new to all of this. Actually, I've heard about cryptocurrency, but never really just acted on it. So um, I'm kind of like skipping around. I know I probably should be into cryptocurrency before starting this process, but I just wanted to learn because I was really interested in this.
Well, the great news is that you're not too late. You're not too late. Like a lot of friends that I talked to previous, even post 2017, it's the thing that recurs where people think, well, I'm stepping into the game too late. Maybe it's not going to be something to make enough money if that's what you're going for. But if you're getting into the crypto sphere right now, I don't think there's even, I mean, I still think you have like a good 3, 4, 5 years to it really kind of gets picking up. Right now, you're still early. So don't feel like you're missed the boat. I mean, the good thing is you're here now and we could talk back about this.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Well, tell me a little bit about your background. I mean, what do you do?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I currently I'm in real estate. I also work at home, like a part-time job, so I do both of them. Um, and yeah, I'm just interested into getting into investing. Um, and yeah, I don't know, but I'm from Houston.
Now, let me
and
ask you one question.
Mhm.
Cryptocurrency and what we're, the scope. You mentioned that you're in real estate now. Are you a realtor, a broker, financial advisor in real estate? What is your role in real estate?
Realtor.
Okay, perfect. Now,
Hmm.
with NFTs, there's actually a company that we work with that are doing NFTs to do assets, well, contractual assets as an NFT. Because what NFT essentially is, before I kind of get to, because I want to kind of touch bases on this beforehand, but NFTs are non-fungible tokens, so they could literally be as a ledger or a receipt that exists permanently in the blockchain and cannot be deleted or duplicated. So I think that given the cause of what you're getting into now with NFTs, I think it's going to go hand in hand perfectly.
Really? Okay. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be. Is there anybody else that wants to give us a little bit of 411 on their background, a little information as to what they expect or what they want to know with NFTs? That's okay. Don't be shy. I mean, we can still keep on going forward. Let's see here. Nice. Musician who makes abstract music videos. Been holding crypto since 2017. Way to go. And want to make NFTs of your work. Yes, possibly I would like to learn Solidity so I can program my own NFTs. I showed music videos throughout 2019 Los Angeles Center Digital Art. My work's on Instagram. Nice. We got to check out your work. Richard Patz. If I pronounced that I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And you're also on Spotify. Yes, that's another good outlet for NFTs is creative and music. What better way than to share music than to maybe have either a sample, a song, or a music video that you could share 500 tokens of, and you could sell it, as your own personal collection, or even pass it down. I think that's one of the things that I want to touch bases to with NFTs because everybody's kind of thinking about getting rich quick or even trying to get some monetary, but there's also another monster on there where with NFTs you could also pass down inheritance. So you have these musical collections that you could pass down to your kids. So maybe you have 500 tokens of one song that you made, but maybe 10 of those you could hold on to pass down to your own family. And that's a good way, because if it's a hit song, you're giving them that royalty. You're not giving it to Sony. You're not giving it to BMG. You're pretty much keeping that creative work in your family. And that's another thing that's very, very important too, because you want to build on your creative work. I mean, it's your work, and sadly, a lot of companies right now are taking advantage of people's creative work through the contracts, loopholes and all that good stuff. Good question. Anybody else that maybe wants to give me a little bit of their background or provide me with information as to what they want to learn from the NFTs?
My name's Richard. Also,
Hi, Richard.
I have been following since the early days. I started investing around 2013 into the cryptocurrency space. Kind of sat on it for a long time, kind of pick it back up on and off, and just kind of interested in NFTs and where it's going, what other information about them out there. I've been reading up some, but I just want to get a better idea and maybe start creating some myself.
What's your background?
Security and system administration.
Okay, cool. So you have some coding expertise then?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, the good thing about even NFTs is that even if you could do your own algorithms, you could do your own security. I mean, it's basically a passion that you could convert into a digital asset. Is what NFT essentially goes down to. Because if you guys, let's get the cryptocurrency part out of this subject, but let's talk about what a fungible token and a non-fungible token is. Obviously, a fungible token is something that you could buy multiple times. I mean, you go to the market, you buy a box of cereal, you're gonna get a box of cereal. It's something that can be easily replaced. But now let's say you have a special edition release of this said box of cereal, or maybe even a luxury piece that's one-off. I mean, your value to that item, be it emotional or be it as an investment that's being maybe passed down, or this connection with this person, makes it a non-fungible token, because you can't replace that unit anymore. That unit no longer exists if it's gone. So that means I can't go to the market and purchase that item, because my history or my legacy is with that one item. So that's what kind of sets it apart. And for anybody, even in coding or even as an algorithm, or even like with an NFT with artwork, you could literally pass that on through future generations. Or, I mean, if it's something that's really that what you want to advertise, I think that's something you can monetize as well. Be it that it belongs in the blockchain, so nobody could delete it. It's there forever. Anybody else? All right. Well, if you guys want, let's begin. Let me show you exactly what I do. Let me introduce myself. My name is Christopher St. Prado. I started a company maybe about 10, 12 years ago with my family, and we deal with a lot of luxury brokerage. So what we deal with is high-end luxury items like Chanel, Louis Vuitton, even luxury watches, jewelry. We do artwork, and we also have now digital assets, NFTs. So before I got into NFTs, I actually started dabbling into cryptocurrency. I did start at 2016 pretty early, which allowed me to pretty much understand the technology and kind of see a little bit of a vision as to where it's going. And one of the things that always fascinated me is right when we touch bases, or what we talked about right now, is that when you do a transaction through cryptocurrency or through the blockchain, the item and I'll make it as simple as possible so you guys can understand, whoever's not familiar with cryptocurrency. It's a transaction between A and B that is certified through the ledger as a permanent receipt. So if I were to send Kathy $50 through an ATM debit, well, pretty much what's going to happen, it's going to go from me, my credit company, to the bank. It's going to say, okay, here's $50. And now she gets credited $50. So there's a person in the middle, and that's the bank. Now, there's always going to be room for error. There's going to be fees. And unfortunately, it's going to be a lot of unsecurity because their systems could go down. Stuff could happen where that transaction can literally stop. Or if it's a weekend, it's not going to go through. But with cryptocurrency, the ledger runs it that every single system is literally approving, making sure that, okay, I do have those $50 that are going to Kathy. So whatever ledger is being checked or at a checkpoint verifies that those $50 exist and they are in my account, they're going to allow her to get those $50. Now, if we go back and rewind as NFTs, I feel that for us in our industry, in the fashion industry, there is a lot of replicas. There's a lot of bootlegs. There's a lot of, there's even items that are being passed as original, but very good originals. So one of the things that got us interested, or got me very interested into NFTs, was the ability to certify the item, the ability to certify the product. So how do you certify something that's, physical as to digital? So we've been working with this for about the last year or so, and what we wanted to do is pretty much use the technology to certify high-end brand items. So in case you buy a Rolex, and when you get your Rolex, you have a serial number. The serial number, we could issue a receipt, draft the NFT with the serial number, and we do the 3D rendering, put it on make it as a non-fungible token, and we can literally do the execution of that contract through the Ethereum network. Now, what I'm going to do right now, if there's any questions or if I'm getting ahead of myself and going too fast, let me know. I know sometimes people tell me I talk a little bit too fast. Slow me down. That's no problem. So I'll let you guys take the floor. Let me know before I kind of break into the browser and show you the processes that I use to build an NFT.
I did have a question. Okay, so when, like, from an artist standpoint, or like you're saying, like design, would you put the NFT would you put it in the clothing, or like, I guess, like, because you're selling multiple of that item, right? So how would you like put that in each item? Like,
I have a few goodies that I brought with me. Kind of a little show and tell, so you could see what the process would be. Now, clothing, perfect example. I have a shirt right here. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I'm pretty sure some people are familiar of this band, but this is a Nirvana shirt. Now, what makes this shirt unique, besides anything else, is that this shirt is from the 90s. So it's a rare shirt, single stitch, and it's the way that you get to authenticate this is pretty much the person like me, you would send me the item, we do the cross-referencing on the stitching, we actually check the print, and now, how would I put this into an NFT? How would I do this into a blockchain? Well, what I could do with this shirt is after I authenticated the shirt, I could simply put a QR tag on here, do an iron-on QR tag after we authenticate. With that QR tag, that's going to provide the information of the shirt of when it was made, who it was purchased from, say my company, you've purchased it from my company, what the evaluation is at the time. So for that shirt right there, the evaluation in today's market is about $700 to $800. So we could have the evaluation set up on the QR code, put all the information of the item, and as soon as it's done, to make it unique as an NFT, we could do a 3D rendering, which is a photo shoot that does a 360, kind of like a bitmap. So you'll get to see every single detail on that shirt, from the QR code, and if there's a serial number that we put on there, you know you're getting that item. So then when we release it as an NFT, not only are you purchasing the shirt, but you're purchasing that receipt that belongs to that shirt. So if you ever need to sell it in the future again, you bought it for $600-700 now. The price is going to go up because these are rarer and rarer now, especially due to the ban. Let's say 4 years from now, you have your shirt stored away that has this NFT tag, which is a QR code that links to wherever the token is held. And from there, you could say, you know what? I want to get rid of this shirt. I need some money. I'm going to sell it for $1,500. So you could put the auction up, set it up on Rarible. Because I'm going to show you how to set this stuff up. And now, whoever purchases the shirt is now the owner of that 360 rendering plus the shirt. So you get to send him the shirt. So now he owns the shirt and the token. So it becomes one. And now it pretty much follows the shirt wherever it goes. So when anybody ever finds it or gets that shirt and it scans that QR code, they're going to get that NFT attached to it. Again, good. I mean, if I'm going too fast, let me know. I'll let you guys get the mic.
All right, Chris, thank you for your explanation there. I just came to the party. Had another.
Nice, welcome.
Thank you. You guys been going since 7, correct?
Well, we started about 7:05. I was giving a little bit more extra time for people to join in. And I know I have a few invites in here. So yeah, we probably have about 15 minutes. But if you want to ask something that we touch bases behind, let us know. I also going to have a copy of this video. So if you guys want to reference it in the future, you guys get this as well.
Okay, fantastic. This is a really quick question. Number one, first question is the NFT, because of blockchain and these NFTs, copywriting and also registered trademark, that's kind of a thing of the past, correct? That's no longer needed, correct?
Well, trademarks still exist because remember, a trademark is a national law. So I can't, and this is where it gets a little bit on the gray area. It's like I can't get a song, let's say from the Beatles, and make it into an NFT and try to sell it as my own because see, the thing is that the song never belonged to me. So, I mean, there's already copies of that song. But if it's a remix that I did of a Beatles song where I have my vocals and I did some kind of modifications, yes, then I would be able to, it's a collaboration made. But one thing that I try to advise people is, when you're doing your NFTs, stay away from trying to already use trademarked items as an NFT. Because, I mean, you probably won't get into a lot of trouble, but in the future, when the government or when you'd see other like FTC, they start stabilizing themselves and understanding how NFTs work, you could lose that collection because they have the right to sue you for you using other people's art.
Now, my second question, really quick, is I have designed some digital art for T-shirts, and I can. Based on what you're saying, as I understand it, I personally, this is my original work. I don't have to trademark it or register it because that's a thing of the past. I can just put it on as an NFT.
Yeah, you could. I mean, but here's the thing: you could sell it in the NFT, and if it exists in a blockchain, the only thing that's gonna probably affect you is that if somebody gets that NFT, decides to do a screenshot, print it, and make their own shirts, you really can't sue them for that because, again, you own the digital art for it, but I mean, again, they're bootlegging it, but you don't have a trademark established for that design because you still have to go the legal route. I mean, one of the things is that you're transferring a non-fungible token right now is because you're passing off that, that file, that music, but it's still not going to prevent people from downloading it and copying it. And if you want to do if you want to approach this in the legal way where it umbrellas your creativity, then you should know if it's that good, then when you should pursue trademarking it as well. Because even then, if you don't trademark your artwork, you should at least trademark yourself, like your name, so that your work is under umbrella through those NFTs.
Thank you.
That's kind of a little shortcut.
Okay, that's great. So trademarking, registering, copywriting, that is important.
Yeah, because if you trademark your brand, let's say it's Teachers Wear or .com or something, through there you could showcase your NFTs and have your digital signature on your website, so they have a link through either Open Umbrella or Rarible. And then there, if there's any ever legal trouble, it says like, well, you could reference my website. I've had this artwork here since 2021, and it's been on there. So this person, we're going to ask them for cease and desist. But see, your name as a company already has weight behind it. Instead of me being an artist that relies on this, they're not really going to take me serious because I don't really have that information to back it up.
Okay, that's so important to know. Okay, thank you. That's for that clarification. Thank you.
Sure.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, Chris. Hi, how you doing? Can we keep going down that path we were just talking about, if you can? So, in the example of the shirt, right, the physical item to the NFT bridge you're talking about, right? In the example of the shirt, theoretically, someone could copy the shirt. Someone could, in theory, they couldn't grab the QR necessarily, because if they grab the QR, it would have the same address attached to it, right? The same ownership attached to it. So provenance would kind of come in, and you'd see that it's the second one, therefore it's not the real one, that kind of a thing.
Correct.
I think the concern I have is, right, like a lot of I'm just thinking about like counterfeiting. A lot of the market that's buying it now, right, doesn't know about tracing addresses, and doesn't know to necessarily look for that, right? And on top of it, it's anonymous. Well, it's not anonymous, right? It's anonymous, but like it's a public address, right? It's not somebody's name. It's not the company's name, right?
No.
It's OX88692 whatever, right?
Yes.
So I wonder how like the new public would be able to determine, as a buyer, right, that this is the real address, right? Like this is the original OG product that was created by this company versus this is the knockoff,
What you're gonna get is, let's say we did the iron-on, and here's a perfect example. This is a one-to-one shirt. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's out there shirts that's a similar release, but here's the thing that we're doing that's different. Let's say we get the shirt and we do the 3D rendering. On the 3D rendering, you're gonna see defects on there. You're even gonna see certain wear, or maybe on the sleeve, that you wouldn't see on the replica shirt. So when we stamp the QR code to it, we're gonna issue it a serial number. And not only are you getting the serial number, but as the company that's selling you this item, or the person that's selling you this item, we can attach the information of the person that sold it to you if you want it, or keep it anonymously, or if you're using a broker like myself, we could do the company name, we could do the serial number, the QR code that restricts or that links you to the transaction where that receipt exists. And then when you open up the NFT, you're gonna see that 3D rendering where it's 360 spinning. So you see the details. So it says like, hold on, I bought this shirt. This is the NFT that's attached to it. This is not the same shirt. This QR code goes to another shirt that's a different color, or it has a different type of text. So this is not original. You're just copying this NFT onto a fake shirt. And that's what you'll tell right away, because the uniqueness of the item is what really gonna set it apart, especially like from a watch, jewelry, even, what do you call it? Even like music or records. I know that we're touching base on music as well. But do you have any more questions? Or you guys ready to kind of go a little bit based on that as well?
I had nothing else.
Okay, well, look it. You guys, before I start kind of going into the browser and then show you how to make the NFT, I brought a little kind of special something to show you guys. This is one of the things that I'm gonna NFT this weekend, and I wanted to open it in front of you guys. And I'm not only going to be talking about material products. We're also going to go over digital art as well. So in case you guys were here for the digital art aspect of it, we're going to touch bases. But I wanted to show you guys the options you guys have to also NFT material products. Because in the end, I think the future of authenticating an item is where the investment should be at, because a lot of these things are not going to be available anymore in the future, especially what I have here. This is a vinyl I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with Marvin Gaye. This is a really amazing album. This is actually a master. It comes numbered, I believe you can see it's 1485 out of 7500. So I'm not Marvin Gaye, but I own this piece. So I should have the right to sell this piece. I'm not going to sell his music, but I'm going to sell the non-fungible item, which is this vinyl right here. So what I would do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to have a 360 pictograph of the full album, so you get to see the condition and everything of what you're purchasing. But the important thing is the serial number right here. That's all going to be photographed and scanned, so that when we issue the non-fungible token for the purchase of that album, not only are you buying the 360 rendering, but you're buying the album itself. So again, the grayscale area. I'm not selling his music because I'm not Marvin Gaye. I don't have the rights to his music, but I do have the access to sell the items that pretty much make up his catalog. So since there's 7,500 of those ever made, and these are master prints, they're going to keep on going up in value. So as cryptocurrency rises in price or lowers, I still could ask for the fair amount that I need, that I would want for me to sell this item. And it's an easier way to sell it because I feel that the super plus is that people that are doing these transactions are not out to rip off other people, because you really can't. I mean, once you send me that 1.2 Ethereum, I mean, think about it. I mean, we made a transaction. We did it through we could even do it through escrow, so that when the item gets delivered, those funds are released. Now, you can't tell me, hey, I got 14.85 than the one you sent me. I mean, you're pretty much getting exactly what we're advertising through this NFT. And that's, I feel like that receipt really kind of not only authenticates the transaction, but it gives a peace of mind of the person that purchased it to have an assurance that they made a good investment in that item. Because in essence, sometimes we're not buying these items to listen to them or to use them. We're literally buying them as investments. And that's where that NFT kind of gives us a lot of power to control our assets now, and even better with digital assets as well. Is there any questions, or do you want me to go through and start dabbling on my computer and showing you the nerd stuff? All right, cool. And CNN is doing that album. I didn't even know. That's crazy. Wow, that's pretty cool. So I guess I jumped on the show on the right time. So let's do some technical stuff. I'm gonna do a screen capture on here. I have a virtual machine that's running in my office right now. I try to make it as blank as possible so that you guys can go through the steps of what you need to do, like if we were all installing it together. So let's see. I'm gonna share my screen.
Which wallet do you use?
I'm sorry?
Which wallets do you use?
Well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm not using my cold wallet because, I mean, with cryptocurrency, you want to use you always want to have a hard wallet to hold your assets in terms of like your coins, your Bitcoin. But with this, with your NFTs, we're gonna use a browser wallet, and one of those browser wallets that I tend to use is Metamask. Are you guys familiar with Metamask? If you're not, that's fine, because we're gonna go through the procedure together. So let's start it off. We're gonna open up Chrome, but we're not gonna use Chrome. I really don't like this browser because it's very it's very top heavy. It's always running a lot of stuff, even though it's very convenient. For the sake of being anonymous and keeping your cryptocurrency safe in case I'm gonna show you with Brave browser. It's pretty similar to Chrome if you guys are familiar with that. So you guys can install it. Right now I'm on a Mac, but you could also use Windows. They have both types. So we're gonna go ahead and download it. So if you want to take notes, you don't have to take Intel chip. That's just, we're gonna keep that. The browser that I use is Brave browser. So in case you guys want to take notes, and then from there, after we download the browser, you don't want to install. So we could close Chrome. We don't really need that. Now for Mac, it's pretty easy to install because you pretty much do a drag and drop. I know for Windows, and if you guys have questions with the Windows installation aspect of it, you guys could just send me a message. I'll check it out, but it shouldn't be no hard than literally click and install, and it'll install itself. So I think we're done here. Let's see. Download, yes, I still want to open it. Set it, not right now. If you guys can set it as your default, I don't because I use different browsers for different projects. So let's go. This is well, you could literally do your imports. Like if you guys need to import your Chrome items or your Internet Explorer or any other type of browser, you could import your bookmarks in here. But I mean, I tend to just stick to Brave using only the cryptocurrency stuff. It's not really that, it's not super important. What we really want to get on here is we want to get the plugin, which is Metamask. Let's do this. Done. All right, cool. So Metamask is going to be your entrance or your wallet to your NFTs, because there's a lot of places where they hold the NFTs, and most of them, they operate through Metamask. So now we're going to install it for our browser, Brave. And then we should be able to activate it, get started. All right. Is everybody with me so far? See if I can move this. All right. So we're going to create a wallet. And this is the wallet where you could fund, you could add Ethereum to, you could add your tokens to. If you guys are familiar with even day trading and stuff or swapping, you could do a lot of this through MetaMask. But for the sake of our subject today, which is NFTs, we're going to go ahead and set this wallet up for just our NFTs for right now. So we're going to create a wallet. I mean, always allow, I don't know. I don't like, giving out my data. I like keeping it secret. So we're going to come up with a password. And let's do something that I could remember really quick. You guys get to pick your own password because this is going to be the password to this wallet. But you are also going to be given some seed phrases that I recommend you writing down and printing them out. All right, create my wallet. So right here, you're gonna click here to reveal the secret words. I'm gonna show you guys because this is not a wallet I'm gonna use again, but I want you guys to kind of get an idea of the process. So when we click here to reveal our secret words, this is going to be the words that are going to unlock the wallet. So in case, for whatever reason, you lose your laptop. That's why I usually don't like setting up MetaMask on laptops, because if they're mobile devices, they're going to tend to get lost. And you don't want to lose your assets on a laptop. So try to stick to using your assets on desktop if possible. And then like this phrase right here, these are the words that unlocks your wallet in case you do lose your laptop or you forget your password or something happens to your desktop. You want to have those phrases because that is what's gonna unlock the wallet for you in any given circumstance. So let's see if it doesn't ask me, because I know it gets all crazy and starts trying to verify everything. So we're gonna copy this, and I don't recommend you guys copying. Again, I'm doing it just for show. This is something you want to print out and save somewhere. Maybe cut it in half, save it in a drawer. But this is gonna be your secondary option to logging into your wallet, which is these words. So I knew it was gonna ask me for that. And it's funny because this is against like lazy people. So that means like they're really making you write this down. So let's write them down. Give me 1 second, guys. Now, while I'm writing these down, again, if you guys have any questions or I'm going too fast for you, let me know before we go into the next step. So now I'm ready for the little quiz. What's gonna be my words? So we're gonna go milk. All done. Perfect. Start swapping. So now this is what we have. This is our wallet, our browser wallet through Metamask. So obviously right here, I don't have any Ethereum. So we're not gonna let that hold us back right now, because what we wanna do is we wanna create an NFT. So next step, let's go on to Rarible.com. That's where you're gonna host your NFTs. That's what I use. There's other platforms, but if you want to make it as easy as possible, just do it through Rarible. Let me make sure. I don't think it's .com. All right. And these are so far right now the assets that are currently on sale, top assets, what it's worth, how much they're selling for. And right here, if you notice, there's a button that says connect wallet. Since we already created our wallet, our browser is attached to this wallet. So if we want to create an account, we got to connect our wallet first. So which way do we want to do it? There's Coinbase, there's a credit card for, but let's stick to this, the most popular, which is Metamask. And you're going to see right here, this is the newly minted account we just made right now. So we go next. Yes. Connect. And now I'm at least 13 years old, accept the terms and conditions and proceed. Boom. So now our wallet is connected through Rarible. We could change our display name. So let's do something that, and here's one thing. I always tell people, when you're coming up with a display name, be it a domain name, be it an email, always go for something that people could remember. Because one of the things is that when you're promoting your products or even your own items, you want to make sure that they can easily be found. If you start getting too crazy with, the words, the names, people tend to forget. But again, this is a new platform, so you should be able to find names easier than looking on Google. So let's see, display name right now for let's do BitVOS. So bit NFT. Let's now. Bio, you don't really need that much information. What you want to do is just get verified because you want to connect that to your wallet. And then here, you could see, you could share your website and whatnot, but we don't need all that. And then your logo, obviously. I mean, if you want to do something unique, you could put on here a logo, picture of yourself, maybe a little example of what you got going on. And as soon as you're done, we could go and then now go create. So here's where it kind of gets, it doesn't get tricky. Depending on what your intention is for these NFTs is, are you going to create a single artwork for yourself, or a legacy piece, or something that you're offering multiple tokens of? So for instance, if you have, I believe we were talking about making a t-shirt, and this t-shirt is part of a collection that we're going to offer 500 versions of these t-shirts for teachers. And on this design, we could have, whatever design we're going to finalize, and we could do multiple. So on here, we could upload either PNGs, GIFs, WebP, MP4s, which is videos, music. The max is 30 megabytes. So you want to compress it and make it sure it's not that big. But most video files, even animations, I don't think they should go as high as 30 megabytes if you compress them right. So you're good. Now, you could offer a fixed price on the item. Say if you want $50 worth of your shirt, or you're going to sell it for $20, you want to know the what do you call it? You want to know what the conversion is for Ethereum. Ethereum, I believe right now it's about, is it 3,000? Did it already hit 3,000? Or I think not. Well, let's say it's $3,000. If you want to sell it for like $50, I believe it's what, 0.000035. Let's do it just for the sake. 0.000035. $1. No, that's wrong. I think I'm missing 1 0 wrong. Okay, 0.0035 is $11. Let's say maybe you want to sell it for $25. Let's just do it for 0.075. So that means that you're selling your shirt for $25 a piece. That's if you want to go through this route. Obviously, it just depends on the prices that you want to do. So we do we'll upload the image that's gonna have the actual artwork of the shirt. We have a fixed price of 0.0075 Ethereum, which is equal to $25. But remember, this platform Rarible is gonna charge you 2.5% after the sale. So you're gonna be getting about $21 or $22 in Ethereum when your item sells. Here would be a preview. So let's say we got the shirt. We'll go to downloads. There's a few things. Let's see if I could find stuff that I wanted to give you an idea. Items be authenticated. Let's see if we could pull this one open. We authenticated this Louis Vuitton, but see, I wouldn't use this for an NFT. I would actually do it again, a 360 rendering where you could see the date code. And if you guys are familiar with Louis Vuitton, this is actually a pretty rare piece. This is a Takashi Murakami. This right here was released in 2007. So the resale value is about, give or take about $700 to $1,100, give or take. Now, let's say we did the artwork and we did the shirt, what we were talking about. We do a fixed price, and down here, we put the title. Here we can put the information, because remember, once we finish this off and we launch it, it's gonna be tied into forever. So take your time. I mean, you can still edit certain things, but remember, all always think like if you're minting $1, you want to make sure you read everything, check it 3 times if you can, so that this way you don't have errors in the future. But we're going to go ahead and use their token, which is the Rarible token. We're going to put on here, let's say, Louis Vuitton Takashi 2017. Oops, that's an O. 2017. Alma is the style, and the size is a GM. Now, this is where it makes it cool. With the GM, I know off the bat that the code for this one is, that's the day code. So that's not the serial number, that's the day code. And then the description is where I'll put all the information. So let's say your company is selling the shirts that we were talking about earlier, and your company is called teachersforfashion.com. So we could put Teachers for Fashion. We could put the amount, kind of give a description of what you're selling, what the purpose is, you know, just like any listing that you would do. But you want to make sure you get specific with the shirts that you're offering, because when they get this 3D rendering or 360 degrees of your item, how you're going to sell it, or even just digital art, because you could do that too. You don't need to do the actual, if you own the art, then you could literally have the art, so sell the token for the art and then offer it on the shirt. And you could do that through here. So right here is put the amount of tokens, how many copies. So let's say I'm going to sell 500 of these shirts. Okay, royalties for myself, suggested 10%. We'll keep 10% royalties. And here's the size. So we have for, let's see here, size large. Oh no, there's just a single property. Yeah, there you go, size. And again, you could edit this. This is just the properties that kind of makes it, you know, different. So large. And then here you could put the other size, which would be a medium, so they could select and pick any of these 500 shirts that you have for sale. Again, now, before I go on to the next process, do you guys have any questions that you guys might want me to answer? I'm going to go into the chat room really quick, see how you guys are doing. Oh, 3,500 Ethereum, is that really, is that what it is right now? 3,500? According to my plan, it keeps changing. Yeah, it keeps going up like that. They hit 3,600. Ooh, going to the moon. Yeah, be careful with Doge, guys. That's good words. Yeah, it's the Elon pump. Yeah, the Elon dump. Yeah, I'm one of those guys too. I try to stay a little bit away from Doge because, again, it's not a digital asset. It's a meme coin, and people are gonna move it. So if you're there for the ride, well then, you know, what better time than today. But yeah, if you're a little bit serious on the crypto, yeah, stay away from Doge. There's a lot of better assets that I would recommend. Litecoin being one of them. That's a good one. Ethereum for sure. Bitcoin, no brainer. But on the little coins, I mean, if it's something to invest, ADA too. Yeah, LTC. Yeah, that's another one. That's a sleeper. And mark my words, that LTC is one of the next ones going up crazy. So okay.
Have a simple.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's most elementary comment. So this person's doing these T-shirts. They're T-shirts. They put them up. They put up. If you can put as many samples up under 30K, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could price the items what you would feel that people would pay for them. I'd say that maybe the difference between people that are doing the crypto sphere will spend a little bit more. But I mean, if it's for a cause, make sure to add down the description. But I would keep it under 500. I wouldn't go too much like 3,000, just to give it that uniqueness. I feel that tokens over 500 tend to kind of dissipate in their value. When you keep them under 500, it does kind of keep it a little bit more value if that's what you're going for. Or if you're just going for brand recognition, then that's another option.
Okay, brand recognition as well. Also, what is the peer-to-peer transfer from the goods from the coin to the goods? What is that like on this platform?
That's actually pretty cool. So let me show you. This is right here. This is one that I'm making right now, but I'm not gonna publish it because before I publish this, let's say I'm done. We did all the description and everything. Then we're gonna create the item. But in order for me to create the item, let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and create the item. We're gonna have to inject it with Ethereum. So we're gonna have to put Ethereum for us to give it gas, which is another funny word of paying the piper to list this on the blockchain. So it's gonna ask me right now, there you go, let's see, signature requested. Okay, sign. So it's authorizing me to sign, but see, boom, the total amount for me to be able to add this to the blockchain is $7.01. But I don't have any Ethereum on there. So I could send Ethereum to this address right here through any Coinbase, Binance, Bittrex, so that I could have gas to upload my artwork or my NFTs to Rarible. So that's where this becomes important for that. I guess this is like the missing piece that people kind of get dissuaded from because they don't know how to add their non-fungible token into the Rarible space. Yeah. And then again, you can't just add anything because it's going to hold you back if you're spending $40, $50 to add something that you know probably won't sell. But if you're doing shirts and you're doing them for a good cause and something unique, yeah, I mean, that's pretty neat because anybody could purchase them. Oh, that's cool. Richard, you met Charlie. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Did he give you some Litecoin? Oh, man. So let me show you the stuff that we've been working on with another collaborator, another artist by the name of MrLuxury. Let's go on here to the site. All right, let's see here. Does this pop up? Yeah, it does. No LTC, huh? All right. So this is one of the newly minted NFTs we did here. We did it in collaboration with MrLuxury. So let's check out the collection. And it's also on Rarible. So you could have an idea of how you could purchase the item. See, this right here is a Bitmap. And this is an NFT that we created. I believe it was about 2 weeks ago. And the purpose of this was pretty much to promote brand recognition for Miss Lux. And what we did is we did 500 of these tokens in the blockchain, which entitles you to a $100 credit, which is pretty neat. I didn't really think about that before, but it makes sense that if you purchase a token, one of their tokens for, I believe, ooh, that's crazy. I think it's like $1,000. You're getting a $100 credit to their store. So what that entitles you to is not only owning a piece of this transaction or this transition into the crypto sphere, but you're also getting rewarded through the store itself by them offering you a credit that you can redeem through their personal goods. And these guys actually deal with luxury items. Now, if I wanted to buy it, again, remember, I have my wallet linked up, so, I don't have enough money. So I could buy, let's say, I want to go crazy and buy 10 of these tokens because I feel like these guys are doing something big and, nope, that's not, and it's going to tell you right here, since it's creator is not verified, purchase this item at your own risk, I understand, continue. So now it's going to pop up my Metamask. Let's start the purchase. And it's going to tell me, hey, insufficient funds. you can't buy them. But if I did have the funds, it would give me the access to this token. So I would have 3 of these tokens that belong to this artwork. So we'll go ahead and reject that. But this is how it'll look as soon as you're uploaded, whatever asset or artwork contract that you decide to upload. This is how you'll see it on here. Now, this, you could also set it up as an auction, so you have bids. Here you also have a copy of the owners, so if you have 500 of them, you could see how many people purchased these tokens, the history, and then 10% of all the sales goes to the creator. So that's pretty neat. And see the last one I wanted to show you if I wanted to play. Okay, Opensea. I believe somebody was asking me about how we would verify the transaction between these purchases. So on Opensea, here, you literally get to see the history of the product. So here's from, which is the address, to, and then when it was created. So if a person bought 1, 2, 3, or 4, there's that information on there. So if you bought that, either that Nirvana shirt we showed you or that vinyl that you saw on here, the information is always going to be there. It's going to pretty much stick. So this way, not only can you use it as a future investment, but you could also use it as proof for your insurance company. Let's say something happens in your that you got insured for at your house, and they verify you, hey, well, your item is purchased here at this, like, well, here's the listing. This is what I paid for it. This is how much it's valued. And I think one of the things that people are not understanding, or insurance companies, that they're going to have to kind of go based on this data, because now it's a material item that was purchased with crypto. So this kind of gives them a non-loophole to not pay you back for the item that you insured, because it's all here. Again, now, any questions? I know we're already at 8 o'clock, but if there's any questions, I mean, I could gladly do a second version for this. I know you guys are still, if you're not understanding what where we're kind of going on here, what we're talking about, but I know it's a little bit on the new side, but I mean, I want to kind of address everybody's questions as we go on.
I'm just a little fuzzy about, I know this is digital art. You're not going to get a physical copy.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
I know that, first of all, great logo up there, by the way. A great brand logo, by the way. And this is yours, right? This is your company. This is your art, right?
Hold on 1 second. I don't know why I can't hear you now. It's out of all the times that, okay, dismiss this, and let me stop the screen share. Maybe that's what's, okay, stop share. All right, cool. Let's see. Where the hell is my volume? All right. Can you speak up so I can see if I can hear you?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, great. I know, of course, with this digital art, that's your piece, correct? From your group?
The Miss Lux part?
Yes.
Yeah, that's ours. We did that. We actually designed that. We did a GIF. We did it in collaboration with MrLuxury. He's another really good designer. He's a digital artist. And he was able to work with us with his luxury company to do the NFT. So it was a little kind of a process to learn how to get it out there. But once we learned and kind of saw the value in doing it, we haven't really stopped. And I mean, there's a lot of items that you could literally NFT. Like one thing that came in here, let me show you something pretty cool. I'm not sure if are you a fan of Chanel items?
Yes.
We got this to appraise. This is a Chanel sandal. But what makes this pretty unique is that they light up. See, light up. I guess it's not charged. But let me show you what I'm talking about.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these are Chanel's. So one of the customer is so in love with Chanel, and these are rare pieces. I think about 800 of these were made in different sizes, all in total. So they turn on, they flash, and she wanted us to get them certified for her. So what we're going to be doing is we're also going to be doing the 3D mock-up, kind of get the information on the shoe, get the serial number, and then NFT them, so that if she ever decides to resell them or have some kind of backup as for insurance purposes, or even just for flossing, she could just put that on her Instagram as clout and just tell people like, hey, look, I certified my shoes. Who's done that? So that's where we're headed to right now. I think that the validity of authenticating our material assets for future. I mean, that's amazing, because not even a lot of companies are willing to do that for you. But now that you have brokers that have the accessibility to do that, I mean, that's a whole new step forward, especially with the cryptocurrency, because you can delete stuff.
What about the lady if the shoes are authenticated and she wants to sell the shoes?
I'm sorry, I don't know why, but I don't know if it's my mic but it sounds like you're pretty low.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me try turning up my volume is to the roof.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me go inside and maybe I need to do something permanently.
All right. Yeah. Let me hold on 1 second. Let me turn off maybe it's my AC. Okay. Sorry about that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly now. I think it was the AC.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's what that was, the AC.
Yeah.
She wants to, she maybe hit some hard times and she wants to sell those shoes.
Yes.
Okay. She can actually sell them, of course, off of the Metamask.
Yeah, the token, yes. So if I list it for her, we could put them for like, let's say 1 Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody buys them, there you go. We could ship them out to her, to their address, and she gets a copy of that token. She gets her token, her very own token that followed through those shoes. So in the future, if she ever decides to resell the other person that sold them, it's going to follow those shoes around.
Can she cash that Ethereum as soon as she gets that Ethereum? Say if she needed if she had a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Let's say she gets it into MetaMask. For the MetaMask wallet, she could export it out to her Coinbase or her Binance, like any exchange, which is the Ethereum that's in there, and then she could cash it right out. She could just do but remember, when she's doing that, and that's another thing, maybe we could touch bases in the future, if you guys want, when you're cashing out any type of cryptocurrency, you are going to get a capital gains tax.
Oh wow! What percentage does that look like?
It varies. It tends to vary, but and I want to maybe save this for later. There's capital gains tax, but when you're doing business, you could literally write it off as an expense, but it's a tricky way. Like I said, I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but we could touch bases, because the way we could do this is, I feel that when you're reselling items, through Ethereum, you're also running a business through Ethereum. So as long as you're not cashing out, you're not paying that tax.
Okay, all right, I see what you're saying. Also, if same thing would apply if someone was selling their T-shirts on that platform. Same thing. Authenticate the T-shirt. Someone buys it for say 1 Ethereum. As a supplier, I send it to them. I get them the T-shirt, and I have the option of hold on to that Ethereum or token, whatever. And
yeah.
If something that's a little fuzzy, because you said. Like with your art, Miss Lux, you said you put up there for 500 tokens?
There is 500 of these tokens in existence. So we only drafted 500. So
500 of that image?
Yes. Or the animation.
500 of that animation. Okay, so each piece, like each t-shirt, say if I have 50 t-shirts, that'll be 50 tokens.
Correct.
Okay, that's where I was getting fuzzy on. That's where
and then you could issue a token to each shirt. so that even if you want to make it a little bit more unique, you could get your QR code, iron on to one of your shirts, so that when somebody decides to go on their phone and scan that little QR code, it's going to send them to their token.
Okay, no, give them. That's where the blockchain comes in.
Yes, and people are going to feel like, wow, that's amazing. I'm in the future.
How does one get the QR code? You probably.
You can make your QR. It's not that hard, because all you're going to do is you're going to QR code the web address to Rarible, where the token is housed at.
Oh, okay. Cute. Okay, and then put that on the item that I'm selling.
Correct.
Okay, and that way people will. Now, what's to stop someone from basically copying and taking the QR code and
Well, they could take the QR code. So if you have 50 tokens and they take that QR code, it's going to show up on that blockchain. So if they say, hey, you bought one of those shirts, if it's not a super expensive item, they're not going to go through the hassle of copying that QR code. But let's say it is. But then that's where you come in, because either you do just the art, or you do the rendering, like the 3D 360-degree pictures of that shirt, so that you could see that that shirt is not the same one as the one they're wearing, because it's going to that link's going directly to the Rarible assets, and it tells you how many people have purchased it. So if they say, well, I'm Blue Kitty Bunny that bought one of those shirts, then that makes sense. But if they say like, oh, well, that QR code's going to a totally different shirt, then that's not you're just copying a QR code.
just being people? I mean, your BS will be exposed.
Yeah, because they could be, oh, let me scan it, and then they'll scan it like, oh, I like the shirt, but which one is the buyer that you had? Oh, well, mine's this user. It's like, oh, okay, but it's not the same, because the shirt's different, you know?
Basically, if no shady shit can go down because of the QR.
Yeah, I mean, like for instance, like the LED shoes that I just showed you right now. Before, like, let's say when we're gonna do the 360 rendering, you're gonna see the shoes incomplete. So they say like, yeah, I got them through here, they're authenticated, but like, wait a second, that's not the same color. You know, I see that the front of it has a little flap to it. It's not the same shoe. So you're just pasting that QR code to a different other product. So that's why, you call on people's BS on that. Same thing like with the vinyl too. This vinyl's numbered, but let's say somebody tries to replicate it and put that same number, the same code. They're like, what? It doesn't look the same. I'm looking at the video right now of this rendering. This vinyl is a bootleg. It's not the same that you have right here on the NFT. So, I mean, that helps certify that, because you can't delete that. There's no way that, okay, I'm going to copy that same number or NFT and offer it somewhere else. So I think that's one of the things that us as brokers for luxury goods sets us apart, is that we get to really secure our assets and the customer buying them, for in the future they can literally have their investments.
Okay, so the 360 rendering, that's something you do on your product. It's basically, if say with the t-shirts, I just take a picture at just any camera.
Yeah, you could do it. I mean, you could do it yourself. I would get like a nice, cool, high resolution, not super resolution, maybe like a DSLR camera, those kind of chunky ones, and do 360 pictures. You could just put like a little display and just do pictures front, side, back, top, bottom, and then you put it together as a GIF, like animate it. So now you see the shirt spinning around, and then that's your NFT.
Okay, and I'm sure I can go on YouTube and find a way.
Yeah, or you can email us. I mean, if you guys have any questions, you go to our website on bitvos.com. We're actually updating a lot of the systems on there in terms of like authenticity and all, because we want to offer people like a little bit of how-to guides. So on there, if you have any questions, just sign up on there, or shoot me an email, and then I'll let you know what I'm using, because I have Folio 360 and we also use 360 cameras. So if you really want to invest a little bit into doing your own digital assets for material goods, I could actually show you as well what we're doing.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, well guys, if there's any more questions before we end up, let me know. I'm glad you guys are having a blast.
Would you mind just spelling out your your website again?
Yeah, sure. Let me put it on the chat. Let me know. Okay. Let me know if you guys see it.
Okay, thank you. I do.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So from there, you could send me questions. I'm pretty avid when it comes to emails and stuff like that, and my passion for cryptocurrency is pretty big. So I could talk to you for hours, and I don't,
Okay,
I don't
no,
want to bore you guys.
no, I will definitely, because I have so many questions and I'm not going to take up anyone's time tonight. But
Don't worry,
you've
it's all
done a
good. I
really
think
good
we all
job.
have that same passion. I mean, we're all happy for that. Yeah, and thank you too, Richard. Thank you for attending. If you guys again, I'm gonna see if I could set it up a little bit more frequently. I have my team. They're not here. They're actually on running a few things on the East Coast, but this is our first webinar that we're doing through Meetup, and for sure it's not going to be the last. If you guys have any pointers, anything you guys want to talk about, shoot us a message through Meetup or even through the website. So this way, maybe we could do something like this every twice a month or so, and then maybe even go for it. Like I could show you guys how I shoot the items, what kind of camera process, what 3D rendering I do, how do I stamp the QR code, and that kind of gives you an idea. And then also some digital art that we're going to be working on, as well as some rare artwork that we're going to be doing too. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for giving us your time. I'm really excited to go forward. And again, have a good night. And if you have any questions, yeah, feel free to shoot it anytime.
Where can we get the recording?
Okay, I'm saving it now. So let me finish it up. If it's not up by this weekend, go to bitvos.com. I'll have a link there so you can directly see the full recording. And then this way, you kind of go over everything we said or everything we touched bases on today. The cool thing that I also recorded the chat, so you guys get to see that too.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. So, well, then have a good night, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.